iAccess Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
iAccess Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Hey, good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Hi, my name is Lola Shae, and this is the Lola Shae. You're tuning into the Lola Shae Show on iAccessRadio.com. Hi, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who checks out the show. Make sure you hit that like button to subscribe to the iAccess.com. Subscribe to the Lola Shae Show. Good evening, family. Good evening to you, Vonnie Jones. Always good to see you in the chat. Want to say a special shout out to everybody checking it out from wherever you're calling in, checking in, and looking at this from. So I just want to say thank you to everybody again. I know it's a little naked in here this evening, but yeah, things happen. But we're here. That's what matters. We're here. I want to give a shout out to the logo is the brand, my boy Dio, who I know checks in on a regular basis. I still have my other sponsors. I just forgot my stuff today. So things happen. We'll be back with that stuff again next week. And, it's no big deal. So anywho's in. All right. So unless you've been under a rock, you know that Trump has been shot-ish, nicked, grazed. Yeah, he's I don't know, a lot of people have a lot of, I hear a lot of different comments and responses to it. Some people were genuinely surprised and worried, concerned. Some people believe that it was a publicity stunt to drum up voters before the election. So you have they think that it was staged. It might have been staged. The whole lone gunman, they conveniently killed the gunman. A lot of people take issue with the way the whole thing goes, because usually we expect a certain amount of professionalism when it comes to our presidents and presidential candidates, and specifically from our Secret Service agents and other government organizations who are tasked with the responsibility of taking care of and protecting our political candidates. So now we have a 20-year-old young boy, because they want to call him a man, but I have young men, and good luck with that. So yeah, they are blaming it on this little boy who is now deceased, saying that at some point he got radicalized and went after Trump. I don't know what to believe at this point. I'm still maintaining my usual level of skepticism and waiting to see what other information comes out. But right now, I am amongst the crew of people who thinks that it's quite, I'm skeptical. about the whole thing. I think it's quite convenient. On another note, he did select his vice president pick, his running mate pick, in a young man named J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is a young boy. He's a young man. He's 38 years old. I think we do need younger people in office. The older guys are not cutting on nothing. Biden would be a perfect example of that. He can barely hold himself together to deliver a conversation, let alone debates and making world-affecting decisions, and have access to the button. It just doesn't sit too well with me. So I hope to see more and more young people entering office. Mr. Vance is a junior senator from out of Ohio, and a Republican, of course, and he, they said some nice things about him. He wrote a book. I find that the name of the book to be interesting. It was called The Hillbilly Elegy. I have not read it yet, but I think I'm going to check it out just to see. You can tell a lot about an individual, by the things they believe. You can kind of get an idea on how a person's mind works. So I plan on checking that out, and I'll let you guys know how that turned out. Let's see. So real quick, in my Up in Smoke, not my Up in Smoke. Oh, you know what? See, this is the thing. This is a live broadcast, so I don't have the option of going back and editing out my mistakes. You guys just have to deal with it, unfortunately for y'all. I'm not perfect, and again, I don't have the privilege of editing. So a lot of people's productions seem to be seamless and perfect, no mistakes, no issues, no drama, and usually that's because they get to cut all of that out. I elected not to pre-record. I might change my mind at some point, but for now, I enjoy the way it is. I think it's authentic, and bear with me on the stops and starts. So, like I said, we're working that out. So now, Jalen Green, as far as my Girls Like Sports segment, Jalen Green, I would like to talk about when my Girls in Sports segment comes up. And I like Jalen Green. I like the little boy. I'm not calling him a little boy. I'm telling my age over and over and over again. But I like him. I like the young man. Good evening to you, Music Buff Radio Live. Awesome talking to you as usual. I like Jalen. So we'll be talking about him in our upcoming segment. I would like to take a short video break as soon as Al tells me that he's ready. He likes cougars. Yeah, I know he's dating R. Kelly's ex-wife, Drea Michelle, Drea something. Her first name is Drea. Last name used to be Kelly. So I'm not sure exactly what her maiden name is. But I do know, I'm aware that he's dating Drea Kelly and probably enjoying himself very well, if I know Drea Kelly correctly. Leave that boy alone. He's grown. He's very, very, I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about the sheer level of intelligence that this man displays in everything that he does. We'll get to that. Real quick, if Al has any videos back there. Do you back there have any? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna play a video, and then we'll be back in a minute. Talk about Jalen Green.
Your mother is the best producer in the belt.
Oh na 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 na. Oh Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Son llama, llamaru. Estamos ready para la rumba. Me siento fresh en la disco, el bajo retumba. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tengo muchas ganas de alcohol. Vamos pa' la disco, rumbeemos hasta que salga el sol. Hoy nadie se queda en casa. Salgamos sin saber qué pasa. Porque si en la rumba pasó, en la rumba quedó. Hoy nadie se queda en casa. Salgamos sin saber qué pasa. Esta canción el DJ colocó y la rumba estalló. Son llama, llama, no.
Se formó la calentura, gozadera, que la rumba está buena y no quiero parar. Dame un shot de tequila, en la pista soy la quila, soy real, no paro de bailar. Mujeres bailando de falda sin vacilar, la rumba sigue encendida hasta el final. Así que dale, ven y quiebra, 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 que vinimos fue a disfrutar. Hoy nadie se queda en casa, salgamos sin saber qué pasa. Porque si la rumba pasó, en la rumba quedó. Hoy nadie se queda en casa, salgamos sin saber qué pasa. Esta canción el DJ colocó y la rumba estalló.
En la disco el bajo retumba, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tengo muchas ganas de alcohol. Vamos pa' la disco, rumbeemos hasta que salga el sol. Hoy nadie se queda en casa, salgamos sin saber qué pasa. Porque si en la rumba pasó, en la rumba quedó. Hoy nadie se queda en casa, salgamos sin saber qué pasa. Esta canción el DJ colocó y la rumba estalló.
Son llama, llamaru y macrobi rompiendo el billete.
Let's go now.
Time to get the paper. I've been sleeping on myself. I see that fashion killer under 14. Tell I'm on a trip. Nasi pindi pupa. Looking at the time, put it in the line. Hey, something in the air, it's a magical face. Hata siski, hebu pump it again. Government keys and the back to increase. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper. Paper, paper, paper.
Kuna kitu umetafuta miaka nenda miaka rudi, na ukawa hauipati, ukawa umekata jasho na umechoka, na saa zile umerelax ukasema haitawahi patikana, inaenda kujileta yenyewe. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Wake up, get the paper. Wake up, get the paper. Wake up, get the paper.
Ndani ya kanina shumu mfukoni. Sema darararira tena leo sindi home bila pesa mkononi. Sema darararira cause I'm running and I'm running and I'm running till I get my shot. Running till I get my shot. Running and I'm running and I'm running till I get my win. Man, there is no in between. Niko pita kasa fire really soon. Get the elephant back at the room. Rusha vumbi on a sunny afternoon. Wanna honey till I keep it if I take it till I flip it. Niko shukli strictly on the daily. Can't phase me, baby, this not for crazy to the point. Just gotta work this joint. Man's like blank with a buzz of beat to come. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper. Oh yeah, wake up, time to get the paper.
Hi, more and more. Thank you very much for tuning into my videos. I like some. I love independent artists. I love talent. I love music. So it's always awesome to have all of those things on the show. So looking forward to more and more music. Good evening to you too, Abby Justice. Love you. And my phone is just loud. My tablet. Oh. Okay, so anybody who might be checking in, who might have been trying to contact me, my phone is gone. It's out. It's smashed. Can't see it. It's blacked out in the front. It's terrible. It's horrible. So I have no phone. Apologize to you. Hopefully you have my my voice number or my text now or some other internet source. And if you know me well enough, you know I'm not really in a rush to get another phone at this point in my life. I just anyway. Just wanted to put that out there because I know I'm working out how to get a hold of my emails. I mean, not my emails, my voicemails. So at least I can still check who is trying to contact me. But what happened was it's crazy. It's crazy. The phone is a wrap. It's a wrap on that phone. It's a wrap. I can't even say I did good because I didn't have the phone a year. So, anyway, so Jalen Green, there's a video circulating which I unfortunately, based on YouTube guidelines, I can't show it. But there is a video of Jalen Green dry humping one of his basketball playing friends. And it makes me wonder how much... because they didn't know they were being filmed. And how much more of this goes on when nobody is paying attention? Like, supposedly presenting straight individuals doing highly not straight things. I find it all very interesting. I mean, I know that women are notorious for doing certain things that could be considered suspect. But men are usually very circumspect about such things and hyper-aware, homophobic, some people would even say. So to see all of the glizzy conversations and the pausing, not pausings, and I don't know, I'm just surprised. Is it progression? Is it regression? I don't know. But that's making the rounds on the internet as of late. Dry humping the homies. That's the new thing you guys are into? I did not know. Dry humping the homies. Okay, so that runs me over to Jaylen Brown. I like Jaylen Brown. Very, very... See, I had got the two confused, and I had to check while we did that video to make sure that I didn't say something that was going to have people calling me later, telling me that I didn't know what I was talking about, and I got the names mixed up. So, yes, there's a Jalen Green who's doing the suspicious hump videos, and then there's Jaylen Brown, 4.0 graduate and grade point average, very, very, very intelligent young man. I like him. I don't know the only thing I can tell you about Jalen Green is he's an awesome. He handles the ball extremely well. He's awesome with the handle, the steals, the moving around on the court, and everybody loves him. So far, I can tell. He's from the Philippines, or half Filipino. So shout out to people in the Philippines. You know, they're very proud of him. But then you got this retarded ass video. So, but I feel like they're always trying to sully the upcoming and in any of the established legacy possible peoples them. Speaking of legacies, did you know that Shaquille O'Neal was the only NBA player that has a PhD? He has a PhD in education. I find that fascinating. I like Shaq. I like the person presenting themselves as Shaq. I don't know that man to say that I like him. I say I like him today, tomorrow he does some retarded shit and I don't like him no more. They're never gonna say I'm a hypocrite. No, I'm allowed to change my mind. Okay, I'm allowed, just like you are. Okay, so yeah, Bron is officially signed with the Lakers. He was signed number 55 draft pick in the 2024 draft, and they got him over there in the Lakers. So now him and his father officially get to play together. It's the first time in history, I believe that father and son have had the opportunity to play on the same professional NBA team, and I think that's dope. Of course, I got my eye on Bronny. I think he's going to do great things. Yeah, pretty much. So shout out to them. Also, we have Miss Texas. Technically not sport, but some people consider anything beauty to be a sport. But Miss Texas was officially won by an African American. Her name was Annette Adu-Yobo, a beautiful chocolate woman. I'll have images of her for you guys next week. We'll be shouting her out again. But yeah, that's it so far for my Up in Sports. My Girls Like Sports segment. So, I don't know. As usual, I talk too fast. But the equalizer, I get to stick videos in there to space myself. So I'm not ready to do that yet, but we coming up on another couple of videos. So again, I want to say shout out to everybody who tunes in. Shout out to all the folks. People brain is in the gutter all the time, all the damn time. First time they set it up, they set up what? What they set up, Music Buff? And who? Who did set up what? I move too fast mentally. I don't know where we at. Where are we talking? Who set up what? Who set up what? So anyways, yes. An awesome week, if hot and humid. Actually had to cancel my movie night Friday because of rain. Was very disappointed in that, but luckily for everybody involved and my mental health, we'll be doing it again this Friday, and pretty much every Friday throughout July and August. So please come check us out. 2539 Pickens Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, between Montauk and Atkins Avenues or streets. I don't know. It's been an eventful week as far as news is concerned. Biden calling President of Ukraine Putin. I thought that was funny. He's just a mess. I don't understand why they trying to keep going. I know they're too far gone officially. To kind of substitute somebody else for him at this point. It's not enough time. But I wouldn't put it past them to throw in a random at the almost last minute, because you can't really vote for either one. You don't want to vote for a criminal and a crazy man, and you don't want to vote for somebody who's going to die and leave Kamala president. We cannot have Kamala president, okay? So he's still running with Kamala. He didn't change out his running mate. He still has Kamala as his vice president. Should he win, be reelected, she's still going to be his vice president, which becomes even more terrifying for me as the days go on, because he is going to die. Like, they got them. It's like Weekend at Bernie's at this point. Okay, they got him propped up and the waving with the freaking the marionette strings at this point. Okay, he can't even formulate a whole sentence. Okay. I mean, and maybe that's what the people who are actually in charge of things want. They want a retarded nigga in there that they can just run their agendas and stuff through, get it passed, veto what they don't want done, and don't have no arguments. And nobody will be none the wiser. They'll swear because they want to hold on to their illusions as long as possible. So they'll swear that this retarded man is actually running the country. You can't possibly believe that. I mean, you could, but there's some names for that. There's some names that they would call you for believing that. And I'm not gonna call you that. I love you. I think you're awesome. I think you're very intelligent, hyper intelligent, even emotionally intelligent individuals who tune into this show. So I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the other people who confuse me just as much as anything else. So, all right, let's see. Music Buff says LeBron's agent told teams not to draft Bronny. Oh, that just... He could have got more money if somebody else would have drafted him. It's like they put a cap on him just so that his father could get his legacy rocks off. Like, all right, at what point is it you pushing the agenda forward, pushing the envelope forward, advancing the sport, right? And then how much of it is you just being an egomaniac? I mean, because the whole idea of a legacy, honest to God, is full of I don't agree. I don't agree. I think we are all here for a blink of an eye, like literally a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things. Like, I remember going to a cemetery when I was younger. They would tell you to go in the cemetery and take like wax paper and a piece of charcoal or something and do rubbings of the headstones. Okay, so you got the person's name, beloved mother, beloved sister, wonderful father, whatever the freak. And then you have when they were born and when they died. And in this particular cemetery, like, for example, a perfect example would be the cemetery on New Lots and Skank. This cemetery is over 300 years old. There are graves in this cemetery that are over 200 years old and 300 years old. And they're still dead. They're still dead. And their descendants are dead, and their descendants are dead. And yeah, I know that they can put your name on stuff, and it sounds great. It sounds great. But it's an illusion. It's an optical illusion. So you save up all this money, right? You do all of this stuff. You make all these moves and build this empire to leave to your children. Wah, right? You leave it to your kids and they fuck it up. What? Was it worth it? Did it do what you needed it to do? I somehow don't think so. So for me, I'm not saying you don't want to plan for the future. I'm saying that to try to control what's going to be after you're not here is futile. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And I know this is how a lot of rich people control their families, through the promise, through the wills, the trusts, the manipulation of money, the holding hostage of their futures. You know, you have super, super, super rich people like Jackie Chan who say they're not giving their kids every nary nickel. Now, on one hand, I can kind of agree because of what I just said. You made all this money, you leave it to your kids, and they fuck it up. There's always that option. So I guess he decided he's not going to take that chance, and he's just going to leave it with his charities or whatever. I mean, he's going to give his kids a couple dollars. He ain't going to leave them destitute. But he feels like he done paid for their college. He done got them, you know, they had the great coming up. They didn't want to need for nothing. You know, if they're worth their salt, of course, going back to when salt was extremely valuable, still is actually. But if they were worth anything, they would be able to make their own money, make their own living, and they would not have to live off of the name and the accomplishments and, most importantly, the money of the father or the previous generation. But I read a book that said to shore up for a couple of generations in it. I don't want to misquote the book, but shore up for a few, think for the future. So it's like, as with most things, it's up for debate, right? That's what we do. We're debating both sides of the option. So you could say, no, I ain't leaving them raggedy kids nothing for them to mess up my money. Or you could say, you know, I want my down to the such and such generation to be protected. So let's see. LeBron told the Lakers that if they didn't draft Bronny, he was going to sign with the Celtics. Okay. It just gets worse and worse. So now we're blackmailing the Lakers to sign the son, whether they wanted to or not, or he was going with the Lakers. Again, there's so many things at play. There's greed, there's ego, there's arrogance, there's assumptions out the wazoo, assuming that the son's not going to hurt himself first freaking game in. Assuming. You're assuming a lot. They're assuming a lot. But, so yeah, blackmail. The agent is telling everybody not to sign the boy. The boy is hella talented, by the way. Any team would be happy to have him. Any team, honestly. But again, the father wants the whole, you know, he wants to check off another accolade on his bucket list of things, I'm assuming. Well, I believe. You know about assuming. Okay, so now I want you all to take note of well, a lot of things, but the time specifically I'm trying to get to. So the key and the key is to talk a lot, but not too much, and not and like enough. Don't talk more than usual. I mean, because I talk a lot, but not constantly. Oh, some people would disagree. Some people would disagree with that, but I don't know. I find it's a lesson. I'm learning. I'm getting it together here. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Do we have another video there somewhere? Okay, great. So whenever Al is ready, we're going to pull up another video, a couple of videos for you guys. Yeah, helps, like I said, helps me get the pace in myself. So, and it's entertainment for you guys. So it's a win-win over here. It's a win-win. Coming up, we have my Up in Smoke segment. And we have more topics. So whenever Al is ready.
Oh, you come closer, girl. Let me do the things that he don't wanna do for you. Baby, don't waste your time, you waste your time, yeah. Cause I wanna change your last name more than anything. I give you my whole life, girl. I will show you that you mean the world to me. But I got a question for ya, for ya, for ya. I'm just trying to get to know ya, know ya, know ya. If I tell you, say I love ya. If I tell you, say I need that body every day and every night, I go put no one above ya. Would you give it to me?
Say Can I be the man that you dream of always? The one to make you smile or you think of always. Till then you be the girl that you dream of always. Me I don't need another to the think of always. Oh yeah, come a little closer, closer, closer. Dance make you bust my brain. Give me the champion wine, girl, how I like it. Wanna see you bust it one time. If I tell you say I love you, no be mouth all day. Me I no go use you play. I be your Superman, be your lover man. Be all you want, you don't need another man.
Girl, if I tell you say I love you, if I tell you say I need that body every day and every night, I go put no one above you. Would you give it to me? Don't take me for no maga. Don't take me for no food, darling. I will do anything for ya. Just tell me what to do, baby. Don't you take me for no maga. Don't take me for no food, darling. I will do anything for ya. Just tell me what to do, baby. Cause you're nice, but you're so rude. Me like it cause you put me in the mood. Skin soft, anything good, good. Yeah, smell like shampoo. Yeah, bam bam move like typhoon. We heat it up like it's so full. Now tell me what you gon' do, baby. If I tell you, say I love you. If I tell you, say I need that body every day and every night, I go put no one above you. Would you give it to me? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Make it, baby. gotta go through the things we gotta go through to make it last forever. And oh, baby girl, we're gonna make it last. We're gonna make it last. We're gonna keep it strong. We're gonna make it last. We're gonna make it long. Girl, I'm not just saying words. We're gonna be together. We gotta make it through the stormy weather. Oh, 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 oh. Say, oh, 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 oh. And I know it's true. We're gonna make it last. We're gonna make it long. We're gonna make it last. We're gonna keep it strong. Girl, I'm not just saying words. We gotta make it last forever. We gotta make it last forever. We gotta make it through the stormy weather. We gotta make it. We gotta make it last forever. Oh, girl, I'm not just saying words. We're gonna be together. We gotta make it through the stormy weather. Oh, 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 oh. Say, oh, 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 oh. We gotta make it last forever.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so thank you once again for everybody who tunes in. This is iAccessRadio.com. My name is Lola Shae, and this is the Lola Shae Show. So, this segment of the show is where I do my Up and Smoke segment. Now, I don't have my stuff. I don't got my weed, my bags, and my stuff. But y'all know I was still smoking anyway. It's not like I wasn't smoking. You live and you learn. Anyway, so this week's strain is Gelato Skittles, also known as OG Runts. Okay, so OG Runts has been around for a while. As a matter of fact, it was 2020. It was Leafly's 2020 strain of the year, if I can remember correctly. So I remember when it first came out, it was like Runts, like, cause that's the candy, and I'm like, but it is kind of fruity. It does have like a fruity terpene, myceline terpene profile, like a super fruity profile for sure. I can agree with that. It's made by the increasingly popular Cookies brand. Everybody knows about Cookies. They pretty much get away with selling $60 Ace. I'm fascinated by that. But you know, I guess if quality over quantity, but who's complaining, right? Nobody. Well, I'm complaining. My cheap ass is complaining, but nobody else is complaining. Okay, so it is. True. I said all that. 2020 strain of the year. Comes in with about 21% THC, no CBD. So some of these hybrids are blended with CBDs. So that's actually a good thing, because then that means it has more helpful properties for you, like anti-anxiety and anti-insomnia and the munchies, and but also it helps with nauseousness, and it helps with there's so many ailments and issues that they are finding that CBD and THC address. So it's awesome, and becoming more and more awesome as time goes on. So something that was penalized and people went to jail for long periods of time. I know people who are coming home now that had weed offenses 10 years ago. I mean, it was a lot of weed, but that's not the point. The point, it was weed. It was weed. It wasn't guns. It didn't kill nobody. It was weed. Okay? And as somebody who, that's all I ever got in trouble for was weed, except for, well, yeah, that's not what all I was doing, but that's all I ever got in trouble for. So anybody who wants to correct me, yeah, it's weed. So possession with intent to sell, possession, and possession as little as a little freaking clip up to whatever the hell else it was. So, they were supposed to expunge the records and give preference to people who had been convicted and incarcerated because of the marijuana illegalization. But I have yet to see that. I know a few people who are on the list for the licenses, but New York State still has yet to do anything with that. They are currently now, probably as we speak, shutting down numerous weed spots everywhere you look. I want to say that it's indiscriminate, but it doesn't appear to be indiscriminate. Some of them, especially ones owned by the Arabs, seem to be able to stay right where they are. I don't know. Maybe it's because they might own the infrastructure, meaning they own the building that the store is located in, so they don't have to worry about the pressures of like they're threatening to fine the landlords $10,000 for having the dispensaries and weed spots on their premises. They're threatening the landlords now. So not just you get shut down, you get your merchandise confiscated, you get your truck or whatever confiscated, but also they're fining the landlords for even allowing the stores to be there in the first place. I want them to hurry up and fix it. Fix it, Jesus, fix it. Okay? Because it doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. So now they're going to be arresting people and locking them up for, not necessarily for possession, because you're allowed to possess, physically hold on your person up to 2 ounces, or 54 grams, which is a lot of damn reefer. So I don't see there being any problems there. But you cannot sell marijuana flower, which is what we smoke. You cannot sell marijuana flower without a license, and they are not issuing licenses. So for everybody who asked me, oh, I would have thought you would have had your spot already. I'm not gonna say I see into the future, but I do. I saw that this was not. You're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna confiscate my stuff, my hard-earned stuff, whatever that stuff may be. I said I will wait until they get it together, till they figure out the licensing, and then I will work it out. In the meantime, I do have a license for. See, they giving licenses for other stuff. You can get a license for manufacturing. You can get a license for retail, but it's only for CBDs, oils, tinctures, pills, poultices, medicinal uses. No smoke, no flower. There are no legal flower licenses. The Arab one by you is shut down. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, because the 3 by me is still up. The 3 by me is still up. They done closed PU. They done hit my other spots. They done hit my other spot. They done hit the guy I was getting to on the low. Like, they got him too. So, maybe they starting in my neighborhood and they ain't get out there yet. We ain't gonna talk about where you at, but maybe they ain't get out there yet. I hope they don't never get out there because I need something in my life. So, yeah, but they're doing way too much, and I don't want to get caught up in it. When I do start, I don't want to risk losing my stuff. I don't want to risk going to jail, because you can go to jail for selling marijuana without a license. That's going to be the charge, okay? And it's still a controlled substance. So they're still going to say controlled substance. You have no license, you cannot sell it. Now, I don't want to tell people how to break the law, but if you're going to do that, you should just do like how it was done back in the days. Don't put a whole big old store up and all of the accoutrements and the lights and the whole thing. They see you from down the block. No, I don't recommend no shit like that. Be in the back of the damn bodega. Like they did back in the days. Be in the back of the bodega. In the back of the bodega. Put some chips and stuff in the front. Make it look good. But no, you cannot sell marijuana without a license. And the New York State has not issued, I think they issued like 5 licenses since this whole debacle has started. But they only issued them to specific growers. So it's only a couple of people who have like legal carte blanche to sell marijuana in the state of New York. And it is not the homies, okay, on the block. Shout out to the homies on the block. Shout out to all the homies on the block. Shout out to, I might have knowledge up here to talk about this book, because I've been reading his book. Child, this thing is... So one of the homies in the neighborhood put me onto the fact that they are a published author. I love books. So I was like, run the book, I'll read it. And I was like, you was in jail when you wrote this book. Because, what's it called? Something Angels. Somebody's Angels. Not Charlie, but somebody's Angels. Child, I'm going to bring the book. And I'll probably bring the author when I bring the book, too. Well, future stuff. But yeah, I think I might want to get him on here, because this is insanity what's going on in this book. And I want to talk to authors, because I want to pick their brains. I want to see what's going on with them. So, and definitely people that's from the neighborhoods and that, who are the people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Okay. So these are my people who's in my neighborhood. Oh, okay. So, actually running out of time. Hot damn to that. So yeah, so I'm gonna do events real quick. Run through those. I don't have graphics for most of them, I don't think. I thought I might have had one, but I don't think we can find it. It's complicated. Anyway, so we got House on the Boardwalk out in Far Rockaway. My boy DJ Warren Stanley, shout out to him, is doing old school house music on the boardwalk in Far Rockaway. Hi, Tyrone Green, shout out to you. Checked you guys out. Hey, where the hell was y'all this week? I mean, I saw y'all, but I didn't see y'all, Happy Monday to you, too, though. Check them out on Behind Enemy Nine's podcast right here on iAccessRadio.com. Also, check out Music Buff Radio every Sunday. Oh, excuse the hell out of me. Music Buff Radio is every Thursday at 8 p.m. I don't know why I said that, and I was on that show for 4 damn years. Anyway, and Behind Enemy Lines is on Saturday from 5 to 7. So please check both of them out. They are both awesome. Great topics, great conversation, and great music. So, and Wiz and Gatekeeper are generally speaking great guys. Like, I've been following them for a while, listening to them. and following them, their shenanigans with the families and the track meets and the traveling and the wives and goals. It's all like, I love you guys. And keep up the good work. I know you're not doing it for anybody but yourself. Nobody said that this is what you have to do, but you just know that this is what you have to do. And I respect that so much. So I'm going to say shout out to them all the time. All the time I respect them. I love you guys, honestly. So yeah, we got House on the Boardwalk. We got the old school reunions on July the 19th. I don't think I'll be able to make it because that's also my movie night, and I'm not trying to kill myself. But if I possibly am able to get away, I'm going. It's going to be at the Polygon, 299 Vandervoort Avenue, out here in Brooklyn, New York. Again, at 10 p.m. Again, that is... we found Coney Island. Yes, that's the Coney Island boardwalk graphic right there for my boy Warren Stanley and the crew. Gonna be on Coney Island. The hell does that say? 7/13. So that's like this weekend. Okay, so yeah. What else? We have the big smoke out. My boy Chris Deering is doing the big smoke out over in Kings of Queens Banquet Hall on August 17 out in Queens. They're doing cigars, hookahs, smoke. So I might have to pop up on them, Then we have Brooklyn Bridge date walk. So they're doing a cool thing on the Brooklyn Bridge at 7 p.m. on July 27th. They're doing a date walk. So like singles and couples can get together and do the cute and romantic walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. It really is a beautiful walk if you're not afraid of heights, which I am. Unless, I get in my moods where I'm going to kick whatever I'm afraid of's ass. I get in those moods. So you might see me do some stuff that I say that I'm afraid of. But that's because I don't let my fears, stop me from doing stuff. But that don't mean that while I'm doing that thing, I am not absolutely terrified. Okay. But, yeah. So they're doing dope things out here in Brooklyn. Always love that. Let's see. I do have a graphic. I don't know if he's got it yet, but I want to say R.I.P. to the 80s, you guys. I know. It's 40 years later. 50 years almost. Oh, my God. It's almost 50 years. But I want to say rest in peace to... I don't even know if can they hear me? Richard Simmons, Dr. Ruth Westmeyer, and Shannon Doherty. Everybody remembers Richard Simmons from his Sweat Into the Oldies series of exercise videos. He was just a lovable individual. There was a lot of speculation about him in the latter part of his years, the end of his life. There was a lot of people. Basically, a lot of people cared about him and was worried about him and was speculating that his manager was doing him wrong. Everybody was doing Richard wrong towards the end as far as the fans was concerned, and they were not happy about it. So. I don't know, he made a lot of people happy. He helped a lot of people who were struggling with weight loss and just got a lot of people up off their butts and moving around, which is valuable and priceless. Okay, so rest in peace to him. Shannon Doherty, if you may remember, we met her during Beverly Hills 90210 era. She played Brenda Walsh, I think it was. Brenda something. Her and her brother Brandon were the titular characters, main characters of the highly successful 90s show about high school kids that went to school in that zip code. I mean, I watched it, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't watch it. I know a couple of y'all watched it too. So yeah, shout out to her. And then last but not least is the incomparable Dr. Ruth. Big rest in peace to her. She made everybody comfortable talking about the most uncomfortable shit. That's what I would say about Dr. Ruth. She made discussing prostate cancer easier. She made discussing all manner of things. People didn't even know about certain things. A lot of women didn't know about orgasms before Dr. Ruth. Believe that or not believe that, I don't care. Yeah, Walsh. It was Walsh, okay. But when I thought about Walsh, I thought about the guy from America's Most Wanted, last name Walsh. So that's the first thing that popped into my mind. That's why I thought I might have been wrong. But, yeah, it was Brenda Walsh. Brenda. Her name was Brenda. Brenda and Brandon. And the shenanigans these guys were up to. Tori Spelling also passed. Tori Spelling didn't pass, but Dylan, Luke Perry passed as well. When I think about Brandon, I also think about Chandler Bing for some reason. Don't even ask. They may be related, but they remind me of each other somehow. And Chandler, what was his real name? Matthew Perry also passed away recently under suspicious circumstances too, I might add. And they said that he was another one of the ones who was trying to out the pedophiles. And it didn't work out for him. Now I want to make a comment real quick on that before we get out of here. So we got Kendrick. I loved it. I love that song, right? Okay. We got Kendrick. Basically, under regular circumstances, we would say he was slandering that man by saying that man is a pervert and a pedophile, right? But I have to say thank you to Kendrick, because I appreciate anybody who opens up dialogue, starts conversations, and boy, did he ever start a conversation. So we're going to drop that on this because I hate going over. And we'll pick back up on that next week for sure. So please tune in next week on the Lola Shae Show. It's your host, Lola Shae, right here on iaccessradio.com. But if we got any more videos, Al, we got any more back there? No. Okay. If not, we can just go. It's time to go. So we don't need another video. We ain't got none. We don't need no more. We'll have some more for you next week as well. So thank you again, once again, for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that's in the chat. I love you guys so much. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna cuss me out about telling y'all I'm gonna come out there and then get sick, and then y'all tell me I'm gonna come out here and then get sick. We gonna stop doing that, all right? Come reach through the phone on y'all asses in a minute. Anyway, love y'all. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Please take whatever time you have, if you have it. Put some comments in the comments about what topics you would like to see coming up. Anything you might, like to talk about, want to hear me talk about, please feel free to put that in the comments. I do read the comments, check the comments, even after the show. Still haven't figured out what kind of gift I'm going to give to those loyal souls. But I'm working on something. I am. I think I'm going to let one of my sponsors do it, though. I think y'all would appreciate at least one of the sponsors more than the other one. Nobody wants pictures. Nobody cares. I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay, that's a lie, first of all. But if you was going to get cash or a picture, I'm sure you'd pick cash. So that's all I'm saying. So yeah, once again, Lola Shae Show, iaccessradio.com. Every Monday night at 7:30 to 8:30. And it's now 8:33, so I gotta go. Love you and see you next week.
Thanks for watching.